These are the 3 different borders we're making. So a beautiful vertical border there with the ruffle trim down the middle in a wavy style. We've got, and this one's featuring vitamin C products, our vitamin C collection. This one here is featuring our 'Tis the Season theme pack, and that is the beautiful ruffle trim featured there. And then we have this one here also featuring vitamin C as well. So a beautiful layered border creation. And today I'm going to be using the Pineapples and Palms paper pack that is only available through our advisors. So if you love what you see here when I'm making these borders today, make sure you get in touch with the advisor in your state, and let's have a look at what supplies you're going to need for this project. You're going to need your 12-inch trimmer. You're going to need your border maker system with the Ruffle trim border maker cartridge and the guide as well. You're going to need some scissors, and you're going to need your adhesive, preferably your repositionable tape runner. So I've already taken the liberty of trimming up most of my border pieces that I need here, but I'm just going to do the one with you now. Already got my paper loaded in, just meeting up the border maker housing with the alignment guide on our paper guide here. Making sure that's pushed up against there firmly, and it trims out this beautiful ruffle trim design. So look at that, isn't that just divine? So that is all of my border pieces punched that I need. I've got plenty over here that I've already pre-punched, and now I don't need my border maker anymore. But what we're going to make first, because we will make this border first. So as you can see, I've got lots of layered pieces here, and the number of border strips that I need for this, I need 5 in total. So I've punched out all the same paper here, as you can see. And what we're going to do is just flip that over so we see the reverse and adhere it onto there. So I want 2 of those done the same way. Right, so I want that way, flip that over so we can adhere that to there. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to run a little bit of adhesive just along the bottom of this dark green strip. Just along the bottom of there, and then I can take this lighter colour strip and adhere that on. And same with this side. Adhere that on top so I can see where I'm aligning that too. Alright, so we need those 2 strips, and we need this strip also for the top and the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to need our paper for the base here. So I'm going to use some of this lovely yellow sheet here with the aqua on the back, and going to trim that at 2 inches by 12 inches. So in the trimmer here, line that all up. 2 inches by 12 inches. This is a really simple border, and then we're going to want 2 half-inch strips. So I'm aligning that with our half-inch marking here on this side of the trimmer. So 2 half-inch strips. So it's going to be roughly there. So I just need a little bit of adhesive on the back there so that I can start to position that in place. And then we come along with our scissors. So as I said, we need the scissors, and trim that off the back there, just in line with the edge of that paper. And I'll trim this side at the end. So we'll just do the same again, over and over until we've got a nice layered look going on there. So I could keep going with that if I wanted to, you know, just as high and as low as you want it to be. But that gives you the idea there. And then for the last pieces, so I would like a piece to go across the bottom like this. So I'll just put a little bit of adhesive there to position that across the bottom. And trim that off. And another bit over the top here, like so. Position that there roughly. So that's all the ruffle trim pieces added, and now we want to make sure that we can get our nice little strips on the back here. So what I like to do here is I like to run a bit of adhesive just along the edge. So as you can see with the repositionable tape runner, you can go half on and half off the border and just wipe away the excess. So same on the other side. Don't need very much. And then it's ready for decorating with stickers or other embellishments as you would like. So there's that border. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next border, which is this beautiful border here. Look at how stunning that is. So let's go ahead and do that one. So let's go ahead and construct this one. So the pieces that we need for this, we need the two borders, and then we need a 2" by 12" strip. So let's go ahead and cut that, 2" by 12". We're going to adhere the borders onto that, so let's flip it over to the other side so we can get them, the adhesive on the right side. So you want to adhere the first one with the ruffle trim facing inwards, far enough away from the edge so that when you do your fussy cutting you've got room to make those waves. Bit of adhesive onto this one. So what we're going to do here is this end will overlap the edge. Position that down with a bit of space in between. So as you can see, it doesn't quite make it to the end because we've married up the waviness there. So we do need to trim off this end here with our scissors, and then cut this all down to 11 inches long, which will meet up with the end of that ruffle trim there. So there we go, 11 inches. That'll meet up with that. So we have that at 11 inches, and then we want to fussy cut this down. Like so, just following those waves nicely. So again, just another really simple idea, just some layers of paper just to make this effect of a nice border. So again, fussy cut on this side. Okay, so for my background here, I would like to trim a piece that's 2 1/4, so it's this sand colored background here. I'm going to need my trimmer again. So just making sure. So I want a piece that's 2 1/4 inches by 11 1/4. So I'm just using all the guidelines here. 2 1/4. Just going to trim that down to 11 1/4 inches. So that will go behind the backing there. Now we would like the next piece along, which I'm going to cut at the same color as the ruffles. And this piece will be 2 1/2 inches by 11.5 inches. Just meeting that up with the measurement over there, so that's the next piece. And finally, the dark green to go behind that, just to bring all the colour layers through. So this piece is going to be 12 inches by 3 inches. So there we go, just pop that scrap over there. So let's assemble now. Turn everything upside down so that you can start to assemble. Bit of tape runner in the corners and along the edges. Just line everything up centered by eye nicely. Again, some tape runner in the corners and at the top. Center that all by eye too, and just look how fantastic is this looking. It's looking like a tropical holiday. Beautiful for travel photos if you have any, or if you live in a tropical location. So there is that border made and ready for your decorations. And now we're down to the third border. So that is this stunning layered beautiful border that we're going to make next. Once again, I have gone to the liberty of trimming up the borders that I need. So I love this tropical looking paper, this with these leaves and these patterns and stuff. I love a big pattern paper for the bottom of this. So I've trimmed one border that matches the big pattern paper there. And what we need there is, we need a 2.5 inch by 12 inch strip for this bottom layer. So that's our strip there, and that meets up with that border there. And then what else we need is, we need some other papers as well. So we need a piece that will match for the center here. And I do like this aqua paper here. Just need to make sure that when we do our borders, yes, so I am using some of the aqua, so I'm going to need a contrasting color for that, and that will be this paper here. So I'm going to cut that with the stripes going horizontally across my paper, so that when I put them in my border, they are going horizontally in the border there. And we want a 1/4. Let's measure that on this side. So 1.25 inches by 12 inches. 1.25 by 12 inches for this piece. So now we can begin to construct. So how I've constructed this one, so I have a golden piece that I need to, I'm going to spin this all around, golden piece that needs to go on the back of the tropical looking piece for the top. Let's do this way around for the top. So that's going to go on there. So let's go ahead and put a bit of tape runner on the bottom. The tape runner's run out, so I've got another spare here. Along the bottom of these wave shapes, and then we can come along and adhere the tropical piece on top, so that pops out the top there. Okay, and then we've got our next pieces, which are going to be these two. So we want to adhere those together. Again, I'm putting it along the bottom of the wave, so not the ruffle side, but the smooth side of the wave, so that I can adhere my darker green strip on top. And this is going to adhere to this piece here. This piece here is going to match up with that one, and then we want this one across the bottom of this strip, just so that you can no longer see the cut edge. So I'm going to flip that one over and put my adhesive along the bottom, the smooth bottom edge. Going to adhere that just so I can no longer see the cut edge of the straight paper strip. And likewise, now this time I'm going to run the border, run the adhesive along the ruffle side of this border to adhere it to the top side of this straight strip, so that we see that design peeking through there. Now, the last piece that we need to adhere is this other strip of the tropical border, and that's going to go underneath this golden border here. A little bit of adhesive along that bottom edge, and I'm going to place my other border on top. Now I can construct it all together. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this whole border section that I've created. And what I want to do, I want to adhere it so I no longer see this straight edge either. It gives that illusion that this piece of paper is continuous right through to this ruffle trim, but we know that there is a join there. So there we have it. That is all of these beautiful borders constructed within 30 minutes. You can definitely do this all within 30 minutes. These beautiful borders and our last beautiful borders are right here. There we go.